The thing is, Carl, we're having like a minor situation tonight. You see, thanks to Jenny, the world's greatest babysitter here, we don't have any additional actual money. So
don't listen to her, Carl. This whole fiasco is her fault.
I think we can all stop pointing fingers and worry about Trey, no?
Don't pretend to care about Trey. Honestly, Carl, she doesn't care about anybody but herself.
Well, I care about a lot of things, Carl, like art and expression and photography.
Carl is a bus driver.
Hey, Val.
Hey, Al.
Welcome to D-Commentaries.
Thank you. Welcome to you and welcome to our listeners. Today, we're talking about adventures in babysitting.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
It is our summer little, we're not having a summer break, so to speak, but we're having a summer
mini break.
So, Val, how is your mini summer break going so far?
So far, it's been very hot.
You're telling me.
But very fun. Al is super fun right now.
Me,
and
not your child.
Both of you are super fun right now. And yeah, it's good. Doing like house things. Like we had our air conditioners moved so we could actually use our patio.
Nice.
We had to replace our dishwasher, which wasn't like a good thing, but
yeah,
whatever, it's done. So, you know, homeowner stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Well, Val, I went on a 2-week vacation and I didn't want to come home.
I don't blame you.
I went on an Alaskan cruise.
Woohoo.
You could have left me there because it was cold and I loved it. And then I went to Napa Valley all in one trip and I loved Napa Valley.
Oh, yeah? Are you going to move there?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about picking up my life, just moving there and just, I'll sell wine. I'll work at a coffee shop.
I think you'd crush at a winery.
Crush at a winery.
You
Every
would,
single person who we came in contact with was so nice and kind. And I was like, oh, I could do this. And you know how your friends and family are like, oh, you should do this. It's the first time where I'm like, if someone told me I should sell wine at a winery in Napa, I'd be like, yeah, I should do that.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who used to work at a winery? Michael.
Oh my gosh. What winery?
Mm-hmm. It was one, what was it called? I can't remember. It's near his college. It was like his college job. Mm-hmm.
That's sweet New York wine.
Well, they have like these upstate New York vineyards like around these lakes.
Yeah. Because that's like upper like Michigan too. It's the same longitude.
Yes.
Latitude. I don't know which is which.
Yes. I don't either, actually. Now you're making me second guess it. I think it's latitude.
Okay.
But now I don't. Wait,
because wouldn't longitude be like long up
long
and down?
Way? I think so.
All right. So. Well, we're not going to Google it and we're just going to sit here in ignorance.
But yeah, so
cool.
Yeah,
he definitely also would be a great winery person.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I did that. And then now I'm back to normal life. And here we are.
What was like the coolest thing that you did on your trip?
Long pause. It was also cool. I don't know that I have like a peak because it was also great. I mean,
Awesome.
I loved I would say my favorite part of the cruise was my sister and I are both cold people. So we had our balcony open the entire time. So it was always balcony open, sitting on the balcony, watching the, mountains with snow on the top and just listening to the waves and reading our books or whatever. That was my favorite part. It was just like watching the scenery go by while like laying in a bed in like a sweatshirt.
That's great. I'm glad you had such a good time.
Yeah. Then we like went on a train in Skagway, Alaska as well, which was fun.
Cool.
So yeah, it was good. And then all of Napa was great. Highly recommend. A little expensive, but worth it. We had a
Nice.
friend of a friend. We stayed at their house for 2 days. So we
that's
saved a
nice.
ton of money by doing that. We got
Yeah,
really
I'm
lucky.
sure. Wow.
Shout out to Cece and Mike. They are not going to listen to this. No. They probably don't even know I have a podcast. And that's fine.
People that I am deeply, we've had this conversation before. People I know very well have no idea. I have a podcast.
Literally. One of my best friends from college was like, you have a podcast after I celebrated our like 3.5-year anniversary last year or something. She was like, what? She was like, I think I said this before, but I'm saying it again. She was like, I thought you just guested on your friend's podcast all the time.
Yeah, you did say that. It's so funny.
Like, I've been doing this for 4 years.
Oh,
So funny.
Dear.
Oh, dear. Well,
Oh, dear.
happy summer. And thanks for tuning into our summer special.
Yes, we missed you.
We missed you.
Amazing. Well, let's hop into the business.
Hop right on in. Hop, hop, hop. This is me hopping.
Hop, hop, hop. So Adventures in Babysitting came out June 17th, 2016, which Al's mouth is agape because we were originally supposed to record this. I think it was on June 16th.
Wow.
And so it would have been like perfect timing if we hadn't had to push our recording session. So
Sad.
Yeah, it was my fault. But yeah, we were almost perfectly aligned.
That's okay.
It is. Thank you for saying that, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was directed by John Schultz, who did not do any other DCOMs as far as I could tell. But some notables were Like Mike.
Oh!
Yep.
I literally, Val, the New York Times is ranking your top movies from the 2000s, and Like Mike is on my list.
Wow.
Like
That's
Mike
so
is
funny.
one of my favorite movies.
Well, there you go. The John Schultz directed that and this. He
Sorry,
also
continue.
directed. You're fine. He also directed Aliens in the Attic, which I note because there were a few people in the cast who were also in that, and then A Christmas Prince and A Christmas Prince 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, that's the one with what's her name from Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, who's in Ghosts, is in A Christmas Prince.
Oh yeah, the Australian or New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget her name, but yes. And then it was written by Tiffany Paulson, who, again, as far as I could tell, did not work on any DCOMs. Some notables, Nancy Drew and Holiday. And then David Simpkins, who wrote the original Adventures in Babysitting from 1987.
Wow.
So if you didn't know, this is a remake of a 1987 movie.
Have you seen the original?
I haven't, and I was thinking we should do a have you seen
that would
of
be
the
fun.
Original at some point.
I'd be curious to know how similar they are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they modernized like the things that happened to them, like clearly, but yeah, I'd be very curious to see because, like, 1987 is like basically when I was born, so I'd be like so curious to see like how it changed between the two of them.
And I was born in 2002, so.
So,
Yeah,
anyway, David Simpkins also wrote for Charmed. He was also the producer of Charmed. He also wrote he was also a producer on a few things, including Charmed, Roswell, Warehouse 13, and Woo Assassins. Yeah, so he kind of transitioned from writing into like producing at some point in his career. Yes, but I thought it was really cool that they brought him to, like, I don't know if he just sort of created a treatment and then Tiffany like, decomified it or what, like what the partnership was there. But I think it's awesome that he was a part of it in any way.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very cool.
Yeah. The cast is as follows. Sabrina Carpenter played Jenny Parker. She is a famous musician now, so that's probably what most people know her from. But she was also on Girl Meets World, something called Milo Murphy's Law, which I had never heard of before. She actually like doesn't have a ton of TV or movie credits. Like most of her credits are music videos, which makes sense. But like for some reason, I think of her as like a Disney Channel person, which she was. Like she was on Girl Meets World, but like a lot of them were on like a million different shows. Like she wasn't really like that. She was just on Girl Meets World. Unlike Sophia Carson, who we have literally seen in like every single one of the last like 3 or 4 DCOMs that we have watched. Sophia played Lola Perez. She was in Descendants 1 through 3. And then she is in Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists. But she was also in the last DCOM we watched, wasn't she?
I mean,
I swear she was in.
She's in one more. She's in
one
Invisible
more.
Sister? No.
I don't know. We definitely talked about her another time. Maybe it's a future one. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm looking it up. No, actually, it just looks like.
Okay. I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's looking like she's just in
Descendants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway.
But she's in all 3, so.
She is. Nikki Hahn played Emily Cooper, one of the kids. She was in American Housewife and Hysteria. Mallory James Mahoney played Katie Cooper. She was the youngest kid. And she is going to be in Descendants 3. And she was also in Bunked, which was the spinoff of Jessie, I think.
Yeah.
Max Jekowitz played Trey Anderson, the oldest brother. He only had 1 credit after this, so he must have transitioned out of acting.
He's doing something, though, because he has 100,000 followers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Jet, these names are so funny. Jet Jurgensmeyer played Bobby Anderson. So he's the one who's into cooking. He was in something called The Stinky and Dirty Show. He was also in Last Man Standing and TOTS, T-O-T, like abbreviated T-O-T-S. I have no idea. Yeah. Madison Horcher played AJ Anderson. She was the one who was into roller derby. She was in something called Think Like a Dog. But her last credit was in 2020. So again, I don't know if she transitioned out of acting or what, but she isn't in anything since then. Kevin Quinn played Zach Chase, who is Sabrina Carpenter / Jenny's crush. He was also in Bunked. He was in A Christmas Love Story, and he is a singer as well. So he has a bunch of music video credits. I thought it was interesting that they had him be in this movie and then he didn't sing or do anything musical.
Yeah.
He's clearly a musician. Yeah. Jillian Vigman played Helen Anderson, one of the moms, the mom who's being celebrated at the gala. She did a bunch of stuff on Mad TV. She was in Step Brothers, The Hangovers 1 through 3, Suburgatory, The Holdovers, and Star Trek Lower Decks. So she's a pretty prolific character actor.
Familiar.
And for sure. She's been in lots of stuff. And then Gabrielle Miller played Donna Cooper. She is also a character actor. She's the other mom. Her main ongoing credit was something called The Corner Gas Show, which was a live action sitcom, an animated series, and a television movie. They did all 3.
Whoa.
So must have been a big hit. I've never heard of it before. Michael Northey played Tiny, one of the goons. He's a character actor. The only thing that he was on for any significant amount of time was something called Being Erica. Ken Lawson played Scalper, the other goon, and he is also a character actor. He was in Descendants.
I didn't recognize either of them.
Yeah, I didn't really either. Ken was in Descendants, but he played like a small part. So
there are no small parts, just small actors, Val.
Right. Sorry. My bad. Max Lloyd Jones played Officer James, the hot cop who Lola has a crush on. He's also a character actor. Some notables for him are When Calls the Heart and The Irrational. And finally, Kevin O'Grady played Barry Cooper, who is the dad who thinks that they're in jail. He's also a character actor. Some notables for him are Garage Sale Mystery and Peacemaker, which I need to go back and see what he was on Peacemaker because I actually really liked that show.
Nice.
The synopsis is as follows. A pair of rival babysitters are forced to work together to find a lost child. This comes after one of them becomes stuck in a large city with her charges. That is so incorrect.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
So incorrect. They're not rival babysitters, and both of them get stuck in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting fun fact.
Ooh.
Okay, so this movie, I guess, was originally meant to be made in 2009. And at the time, Raven-Symoné and Miley Cyrus were attached to the project. That is crazy. And originally the title was Further Adventures in Babysitting. And it was supposed to be a theatrical release. Whoa.
That's different.
That is big fun facts.
Yeah, that is big fun facts.
Oh, this was the 100th DCOM.
Wow. That is a fun fact.
That is really cool.
So we didn't do DCOMs that were spin-offs of TV shows because if we didn't watch the TV show, we wouldn't really understand. So what episode is this for us, Val?
So this is going to be our 90th episode for the 100th DCOM.
Holy mogoly, Val.
That's cool. I like that. Amazing. And then let's see what else. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they named Sabrina Carpenter's character Jenny Parker because Elisabeth Shue. Do you know who Elisabeth Shue is?
Mm-mm.
I love her. She, I guess, was the original like Jenny character in Adventures in Babysitting, but that wasn't her character's name in Adventures in Babysitting. But she played Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3.
Oh, that's fun.
So they took her character name from that. That is really fun. There's so many like fun facts for this movie.
I would say, Val, maybe might be more fun than the movie itself.
Oh no. That's sad. Okay. Done.
Okay.
Al.
Yeah.
I'm almost nervous to ask. What were your first impressions of this movie?
Thanks, Val. I had never seen it before. And I had high hopes based off of the cover photo on Disney Plus. And I could not have cared less about this movie. And it makes me so sad that I'm feeling this way consistently about this era. And I don't know that I don't even think that if I had seen this, it would have to do with nostalgia. Because there are some movies that we rewatched due to nostalgia that I was like, this is not good. Why did we like this? You know? And so I wanted to like it. And I just really, I couldn't. There was just so many predictable lines and actions and casting. I don't know. I felt like I'd seen this movie before. I just really didn't enjoy it. I'll give it a 4 because it wasn't like, it's not bad. I just didn't like it. Where like lower than that would be like, this is a bad movie. But like, it's just, it's fine.
Sure.
I don't want to watch it again though.
Okay, fair enough.
Val, I know you have an opposite feelings. What were your first impressions?
I wouldn't say opposite, but I definitely am more positive on it than you are. I liked it. I definitely like, you know, it's very full of tropes, right? And like every character is a caricature, like not a character.
Yeah.
And there are many decisions in this movie that I feel are very cringe. Like the way that they show the still photographs that are taken and they're like, it just looks dumb, or like the rap battle.
I think, hold on, we're going to spoil my own city. They all get in the concert. He stops Jenny, parentheses, things like this. They rap battle. Where you're like, like that's the things where it's like, that wouldn't happen. I can believe an entire town of pumpkin monster people, but I can't believe this teenage girl's going on a stage and he's like, you have to rap before you get off the stage.
Honestly, I thought that was more believable than her being able to find her crush after the concert.
Oh,
like there is no way that you would find one person leaving a concert.
Well,
Like,
and then I was fully convinced they were going to jump on stage and like sing at each other.
Well, right. And again, it's like, why are you wasting the talent of these two who are both singers?
Yeah.
Like, and do sing like the song under the credits. Like, why would you not have them sing in the movie if you have them? So, yeah, it was definitely bizarre of a choice. And I'm very curious what the equivalent to that is in the original movie. Like, there has to be something, you know, in that slot. And I'm very curious as to what it was. But I think that, like, part of why this might have felt kind of campy, and like, this is why Michael, who didn't see a lot of like 80s, 90s movies growing up, doesn't like them now when he watches them. Like, for example, he did not like The Princess Bride at all.
Yeah, I do not like it.
Yeah. And I think that, like, there was a style in the 80s that was like very campy, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like intentionally broad, intentionally silly, and like, it's not for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, like, it's not even necessarily for me, but I think that I like appreciate it for what it is, like, because I feel that it is intentional.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's a stylistic choice. It's maybe not a stylistic choice that I would make myself, or that I would like, that would be my first choice of something to watch, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So that is how I felt about this. I could see like a parent watching this like movie, having watched the original when they were like a teenager, you know, like really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right. Like being like, oh, this is so
homage.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. So like, I think that it was good. And I also I like the two women who were in the lead roles.
Yeah.
And I even liked the two like love interest guys. And I also really liked the like mom characters, like especially the one that gets a little bit more screen time to be like funny. Like, she's just kind of like, I just want to be at the party.
Yeah.
Like, you know, kind of, but like, I don't know. I just thought she had like a fun energy.
She's giving a Melanie Linsky.
Yes. Yeah. She was just very funny, and like these characters felt very like lived in to me, which I appreciated. So yeah, like, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Did I enjoy it? Sure. Yes. Definitely more than some of the other ones that we've watched recently. So for me, it was a relief.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Al, did you have any favorite quotes or moments?
Sure.
The rap battle?
Sure. My favorite quotes, there's 4.
Okay.
I'm not nerdy. I'm dedicated.
I wrote that one too.
The little girl telling her sister, you don't have the right head shape for a buzz cut.
She was my favorite character.
Yeah, she was so
hands
cute.
Down.
Yeah. Yeah, because another one that I have of hers is, it's Friday night. What did you expect me to wear? Pearls?
I wrote that one too.
Checking them off. And then when the girls are screaming out the window and they're like, ask her out. And then she goes, ask him out. And so that was cute.
She's so cute.
Those are my favorite quotes. I really kind of like, to your point of like not liking the cat jumping over the fence noise. I really just don't love the like intentional dumbass. So like her not realizing that the laundry detergent was poured too much and like starting it anyway, you know, like I don't like those tropes. Like I think they're just an easy right for not even a good laugh. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that when they were at the pizza parlor, one of the pizzas delivered had olives and pineapples on it. And then there's a moment where the boys just chest bump for no reason. That was my favorite moment. They're like, but the boys. And she's like, but you like Trey. And then he's like, chest bump.
With his brother, his little brother.
It's just like, why are you chest bumping? Yeah, those are my thoughts. Val, favorite quotes or moments?
Thanks, Al. Yeah, I wrote, I'm not nerdy, I'm dedicated. I thought that was really funny. And I don't have the right head. You don't have the right head shape for a buzz cut. I wrote all the same lines.
Good.
Guessing, is that what they call stalking these days?
Yeah.
I can't rap. I'm a babysitter.
Oh my gosh.
The line right after the chest bump is, besides, boys are dorks.
Yeah, and it's true.
It's true. Another Katie line. I'm not dressed to shimmy. Because they want her to like go into a shaft of some kind.
Yeah.
Like shimmy out a shaft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dressed to shimmy. I wrote at one point, Katie reminds me of the little sister in Smart House.
Yeah. More tolerable.
I don't know. She just had that sort of like, I don't know, like that ever present kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like not in
like childhood
it was
sarcasm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what the context of this is. He's on my foot. He's on my foot. Oh, it's the ferret.
Oh, yeah. It's the mom.
The ferret. The mom.
Yeah.
He's on my foot. He's on my foot. He's on my foot.
That was so silly.
Yes, the spray painted ferret. Let's see. Do I have a favorite part? Oh, actually, I know what my favorite moment was. My favorite moment, and this is so me to like have this be my favorite moment, but is the scene where Lola opens up to the cop guy that she like has a crush on when she's like in the interrogation room, and she just like is just honest.
Yeah.
And it's like probably the most like just straight up acting moment for her in the entire movie. And it's very believable, right? Because like she's in this weird situation. She likes this guy, but he's like an authority figure in this moment too. Like, and she's just sort of like at the end of her rope. And like, I don't know. I thought she played that moment very honestly and very well. So, yeah, that was maybe my favorite moment.
Nice.
Yeah. So Al, is there anything else you want to talk about before we head on down to Spoiler City?
Val, it's so hot outside. I've been topless this whole time. I'm riding rollerblades. I'm wearing rollerblades, driving a Yukon topless into the city.
I was going to say, I stole my mom's fancy SUV.
Yeah. And you and I are riding next to each other on the highway. Vroom, vroom. Yay. Welcome to Spoiler City, where I spoil the city. We have two different gals. We have one art gal and one organized gal. And the art gal is like preparing this big portfolio of picture, and the other one is preparing an organized portfolio in a folder. Then when Jenny is the organized one, she was pulling out of her driveway to go to this interview, and she almost hits this cute guy with her car. His name is Zach. And they flirt, but there's a girl there. So we're like, what's going on? And we find out she's going to an interview that's going to decide her future, because she's very involved, I need to do all of these academic things so that I could get into a good college and have a good career.
She's graduating early. She's like, yeah.
So
no friends kind of thing.
No friends. But who's this boy? Okay. So then we see the girls interact at the interview. So the two girls from the beginning, the other one is Lola. And they're like, wait, you're in the final, finals for this too. And we find out that it's for a photography gig. And they're like talking about photography. And this is where we find out like Lola is like, I'm obsessed with photography and I didn't go to college because I wanted to do this. And the other one is like, I want to go to college, so I want this. So for context, Jenny, Sabrina Carpenter, is 16 years old in this movie. And Lola, who is Sophia Carson, is 19 years old in this movie. So
which I liked.
I did too.
Liked that they were older.
Yeah,
yes.
I liked that they were older. And then I liked that they clarified it later, because we're going to get here very shortly. But when she's flirting with the cop, I'm like, is she 16 and she's flirting with the cop? I was like, so I liked that they clarified that she was 19 and that she was over the age of flirting age. Okay. So
flirting with adults.
Yes. So then Leon shows up. He's the guy who's this interview is for. He's going to hire an intern who is going to be his photography student, basically, is what they're kind of interviewing for. And then they go to stand up to say hi to him, and one spills a drink. They both drop their phones and they end up switching phones. And he's like, hey, you know what? You're both great. I liked both of your things, but I'm going to pick one person by Monday. You have the weekend to come together, or, to come with another portfolio that's going to shock me. It's down to the two of you. So I'll make the decision Monday, and it's Friday night right now. So then Lola goes out to her car. She's like on her way and she's like, I wrote weird flirting with officer because at this point I didn't know she was 19. And he gave her a parking ticket and she was trying to convince like, no, please. Like, I swear I'm cool. And then Fur Elise goes off on her phone and she's like, oh, that's weird. And he goes, oh, Fur Elise. And they have this like weird interaction of he like really likes classical music. She's like, oh no, this isn't my phone. So she answers the phone and it's Jenny's phone. So we confirm that their phones did switch. And Zach basically asks Jenny to the concert tonight. And Lola's like, yeah, no, I don't give a shit. Bye. And hangs up on him. And so Zach didn't realize this was Lola and was like, oh, Jenny doesn't like me. I'm, sad. I'm mad at you now. So when Jenny almost ran into Zach in her driveway, he was talking about a car wash. So after this, she shows up at the car wash and Zach is like not talking to her and she doesn't know why. And she's like, wait, this is like sad because I really like this boy that I like that I thought he liked me too is now like mad at me, sad at me. Like, what's happening?
Made me very sad.
Very sad. And earlier, too, Jenny had talked about, she's like, no, I don't go out on Friday nights. Like, I'm babysitting tonight for the money so that I can afford to, like, do all these things. So Lola answered Jenny's phone, and it was Mrs. Anderson. And she was like, hey, I really need a babysitter if you know anyone. And Lola's like, wait, I need money, and I have time, and I'm not doing anything because I need money to pay off my parking ticket. So, yeah, I know someone. So then Lola shows up as like, yeah, Jenny's friend who's going to, do the babysitting. And so then the Andersons that Lola is babysitting is Trey, who's the older one. He's 14 and he's like irresponsible, so he can't babysit the other two. Bobby is the kitchen, so Bobby Flay in the kitchen. And then
he's probably like 9.
Yeah. And then I wrote woman child because I did not hear her name until literally like 20 minutes later, but it's AJ and I know that now. So AJ, who's maybe like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I would say 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah. And she's really into roller derby. And so Lola's like, oh, cool, I can do this. And then we cut to Jenny, who she's babysitting, which is Emily, who is like an angsty teen. And then Katie.
She's probably like 13.
Yeah. And then Katie is our sweet smart house companion.
Yeah. She's probably like 6.
Yeah. And she's very fashion forward. And then we cut back to Lola and who she's babysitting and the mom who's they're going to a gala for the mom because she's an important like scientist. So that's how Jenny knows her because she's like, oh, I want you to write me a letter of recommendation for college. And she literally starts foreshadowing everything that's about to happen. I just got my car detailed. Don't go in the hot tub. Make sure that the dog has a competition tomorrow and it doesn't get into anything. Like it was fully, and that's where I started to roll my eyes, where I was like, it's the show us, don't tell us of it all. And she was fully showing us about what we were about to see. So when we did see all of these things happen, I was like, yeah, you just told us that was going to happen. So I didn't like that. Jenny is a pro babysitter. She's good to go. So immediately Lola's like, I'm going in the hot tub. And then there was a fire that started. And like all of these things started happening. She starts the laundry and it's, it overflows later, I think. But
one thing that was just like a plot hole for me was the son who's into cooking had like a cupcake competition the next day. And he's baking all these cupcakes. And then the mom goes, no using the oven. But she also was like, he's working on these cupcakes. So it's like, what?
And isn't the thing that spilled like pasta sauce?
Right. Yeah. Which I was like, where did that even come from? Like they just needed it to be red so that it got all over the dog.
Yeah. Silly.
So stupid.
So then I just wrote woman kid. Jenny calls her phone because obviously she knows her phone number, trying to like find her phone. And AJ answers and she's like, AJ, why do you have my phone? And she goes, oh, your friend Lola is here babysitting us. And she's like, my friend? I just met this bitch today. What are you talking about? And then Jenny brings her kids over to their house. So Jenny takes the Emily and Katie to the Andersons. And Trey was told, like, you can't leave. You're getting your phone taken away, blah, 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 blah. But he snuck out of the house. And the only reason why Emily was like cool going over there is because she has a little crush on Trey, and Katie's just in it for the long ride. But Jenny's like, all right, I'm going to come get my phone. We're going to fix this. So they're like, well, Trey is gone. We all have to go find him. And we know where he is. He's at a concert because they like looked at his iPad or something, or it popped up, or this calendar invite popped up. And they're like, okay, he's at this concert, or he got these tickets. I don't care. And so then they hop in the mom's souped up expedition and they drive into the city, which I Googled, and it was Toronto. So they're in Toronto. And they get lost. So first of all, they like typed in the like not the wrong address, but like kind of the wrong address.
It's a seedy part of town,
yeah.
So they're kind of like
it's a little sketchy. And so then they park illegally. First error. And also they're like avoiding all the potholes because the mom just got the car detailed and blah blah blah. And they go into this pawn shop, and they talk to Tiny, who's at the counter, who had been so briefly being on the phone, if you blink, you'll miss it, talking about this stolen ferret. And then it becomes...
that is worth $200,000.
$200,000 and becomes an important part of this movie. And so then he's like, oh yeah, there was a kid who bought tickets. You got to go talk to the scalper. Now the scalper's in the back with a lightsaber. Like imagine someone with a lightsaber with a VR helmet on playing a game, but this guy doesn't have the VR helmet on. He's literally just seeing it behind his open eyes. And then all the kids cause a ruckus. Here we are in the pawn shop. So this is falling. Bobby stole candy. The ferret gets loose, like just worst things imaginable. Should also mention that because Lola loves photography so much, to Val's comment earlier, there are like freeze frame pictures that pop up whenever she takes a picture. So she like takes pictures of this like ruckus that's going on in the pawn shop.
What annoyed me most, I mean, the whole mechanism of the picture is annoying, but what annoyed me the most is that every single time they did it, the photo was not from the same angle as the shot. Like it was off by just enough where it was like noticeable. And I was just like, why did you not just literally pull a freeze frame from the film?
That's such a great question, Val.
Like, why would you not do that?
Such a great question. So then they escape from the pawn shop and they find out their car was towed and it's like actively being towed. And they're like, please. And she's like, sorry, close at midnight, need $100. And she leaves them there. And so I wrote, why don't they call a friend or a parent? Which we then find out Jenny's parents were out of town. And I think Lola didn't because she didn't want to be seen as like.
Well, Lola was already in trouble with her parents because if she got another it sounded like she's a privileged person who, despite not going to college or whatever, was still like living at home. Her parents were paying her bills and her parents
kind of
were paying her parking tickets. And they were like, we're not going to pay any more of your parking tickets. Like you're not going to drive your car anymore. And so she was not about to call her parents and tell them that she got a car towed.
So at this point I was just like, this is just crazy that they're stranded in a seedy part of town. Wild. So then the Pawn Stars. But what's that show?
Pawn Stars.
I think I write that throughout this entire time. The Pawns. Yeah, I wrote it. Pawn Stars. So the Pawn Stars are coming after them. And everyone thinks that they're coming after them.
Goons.
Pawn goons. They think it's because Bobby stole a candy bar. But when in reality, they're trying to get Lola's camera because Lola took a picture of them with the stolen ferret. So they're like, a big miscommunication, why don't I like reading rom-com books, Val? It's because no one's communicating. So if we had just communicated here in this movie, we would have avoided a lot. So then we get on the bus. We have our cold open with Carl, and they're like fighting. And then they get to Mario's Pizza, which is where Trey is going to be before the concert. And they're like, well, Trey, hey, we found you. You have to come with us. And he's like, what the heck? And we find out that he had like a crush on Jenny. And so Emily's sad now. And they're going to try to sell his ticket for the money to get the car back. So Jenny goes to the bathroom with Katie. Emily leaves because she overheard them talking about Jenny being hot. She's like, I'm going to go get a tattoo. Also, I should mention she's wearing a beanie this whole time. So we do think that she shaved her head, but she didn't. And then Zach is talked about, the guy from the car wash is talked about in the bathroom, and they're like, whoa, Jenny, what are you doing here? We didn't think you'd be in the city on a Friday night. She's like, yeah, I love the city. So then the Pawn Goons arrive to Mario's, and so they're all like, oh no, not the Pawn Goons. And for some reason, all of these children leave the pizza place with the olives and the pineapple and are enter into a warehouse. And they get into this warehouse, and the Pawn Goons turn on the warehouse, and it is fully Monsters Inc. in here, where, you know, the doors are moving.
It's like a dry cleaners factory.
Yeah, and so then I don't know how this would logistically happen, Val. They all are on hangers, hanging on the line in the jumpsuit.
It would never work. They would literally be unable to breathe.
The only reason why I wouldn't believe this is because the Jenny and Lola were first and the kids were behind them. They should have been at the back, helping everyone up, being hung onto these rungs. And then they would be in the back, and they'd also be more spaced out. They wouldn't be right on top of each other. And that's why it wasn't believable to me, because they were first. There's no way they would have jumped on first.
That's true. That's a fair point.
So basically they like get caught, and then they're like, we got you. And then they like fall into like a pile of clothes. Now that you say it, Val, it was some sort of dry cleaner. Didn't realize that. I just was like, yeah, it's a warehouse that makes jumpsuits. So then they all escape. They get outside to the concert, and Lola goes to sell the ticket and gives AJ her camera. But then because she's scalping, the cops take her away for being a scalper, which I didn't know they actually did. I feel like cops usually just like, hey, go away.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like in any major city, like cops have better things to do than
anytime
arrest.
I read a yellow, almost red light, in my head, you have better things to do than pull me over for running a yellow, almost red light. That being said, I haven't had a car since 2018. So, so Jenny gets arrested. Just kidding. Lola gets arrested. And they're like, oh my God, now we have to do this. So finally, Jenny says her parents are out of town, so they can't call her parents. Emily dyed her hair green and Jenny yelled at her. So they're in the police precinct, and Emily's like got this vendetta against Jenny now. So she like calls her parents and are like, hey, I'm in the police. And then all of these derby girls enter, and AJ gets excited because she's been in her derby wear the whole time, and Emily called her parents. Then Lola's getting interrogated, and she's like, dude, I didn't do anything, like, please let me go. And then who comes in but Mr. Hottie McHot, officer. And he like, they have this heart to heart, Val's favorite part. And then he is like, okay, like I'll release you. Everyone's happy. Yay. Then the Pawn Goons, they're attacking.
Wait, time out real quick. I wasn't sure if you were going to say it or not, but
I probably was
roller
playing,
derby
Disney Emoji Blitz.
Okay. The roller derby like star that AJ is obsessed with, her name is Taylor Swift.
Yeah, no, I missed that. I was too busy blitzing. That is insane.
It made me laugh. It was very funny.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, thank you for mentioning, because that's important information that we need to know that I probably would have never listed. Okay, so then everyone's happy, but as they're like about to leave, the the Pawn Goons are like attacking like them outside of the precinct. But the entire precinct is too busy with all of the roller derby girls fighting one another, so they're trying to stop the fight. So they're like, hey, we're being attacked, and they're like, we literally don't care. And AJ starts rollerblading away with the camera, and the goons follow after her, and their car keys fell, so then all of the kids steal their car. Then we cut to the gala, and we then the phone fell, and it started calling the mom, and she's like, shoot, it's calling Mrs. Anderson. And that another thing that this would not happen is she's about to do her speech, and she answers her phone and stands up there and takes the phone call. That's not happening.
Here's what I will say. If I had my phone on me and the babysitter,
while you're
especially
giving
a babysitter,
speech,
Allie, if a babysitter who I had left with my kid or kids was calling me and I wasn't expecting a call from them, I would pick up no matter what I was doing.
I wouldn't stay on stage though. I didn't like that.
Maybe not.
I would be like, I'm going to take this and like go and take it in private. Because if it was bad, she is telling a room of 500 people, oh, the babysitter says my house is on fire. Gotta go.
You're right about taking it on stage, but I would 100% answer that phone.
Yeah, I don't like that she answered it and then was like everyone was listening to her. I did not like that.
Sure.
I'm also never having a kid, so can't empathize. Okay, so she answers the phone, and then we find out the gala had like popped in a couple times throughout, and so Emily and Katie's parents were also at the gala, and they like made a comment of like, these are our best friends. The Andersons are their best friends. And then so Emily and Katie's parents left to go find them at the precinct because Emily called because she was mad at Jenny for yelling at her in the precinct. So while they're driving in the city, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that kid is out so late on a Friday night rollerblading through the streets. And little do they know it's their best friend's kid, AJ. And so then they all get away. Who knows? They all end up in this rap concert. I don't know how they got there. I didn't care. But then
they ran in through the alley, through the back door.
So they're trying to get away from the Pongoons. There's a DJ on stage and me being like, oh, this is the concert we're supposed to be at. Wrong.
No. This is like a nightclub with
We're in a nightclub, and he's like, oh, you can't leave this stage until you rap how you're feeling. Hated that. And then they sang a song. After they sing their song and they leave, and the Pongoons end up showing up because they're going to show up everywhere, Jenny and Emily have a heart-to-heart. And so they're like starting, become friends, even though they've been kind of becoming friends this whole time. And so then the parents end up at the station, and they're like, where are these kids? And they're like, yeah, we don't have any kids. And they're like, okay, but then like, why would they tell us we're here? And so then they go.
Well, one thing that's played for comedy in this is the dad believes that something actually happened. And the mom is like, this is just a prank by Emily, and she's like, I want to be at the party. And so like when they get to the police station and the cops are like basically laughing at them because they're like, why would we have kids here? Like, what are you talking about? Then the mom is like, whatever the dad's name is, like, Bruce, like, like, let's go, and she's just like annoyed. And like, not that Michael would be like that necessarily, but like, I also could definitely see us like in that kind of scenario. And then when they get outside as well, and she's like, I'm wearing 2 different shoes and you did not tell me. That is 100% something that would happen. Michael never tell me.
He'd be like, and then to his rebuttal is just like, I thought it was a fashion statement. I thought it was on purpose.
Right.
So then they're out there and then they like see someone with green hair and they're like, that looks like Emily, but she doesn't have green hair. Couldn't be. So they were literally steps away from their children. Then they're like, okay, the only place that we know there is money is in mom's coat. So if we go to the gala, get mom's coat from Coat Check, we'll take the money out of her purse, we'll get the car, we'll get home in time. So
this is Mrs. Cooper. This is Emily and Katie's
mom. And so, which I guess it's a good thing they didn't take their coats when they left the first time, mostly because she was like, we're going back. I'm leaving my coat, I'm sure. Right. So then the invite fell out in the car of the Pongoons. So the Pongoons know where they're going. But then they show up at the planetarium, which is where the gala's happening. The chef, they like are hiding. They need to like go hide somewhere. And they go into the kitchen and the chef quits. So then Bobby helps them out and like is like dessert king extraordinaire. The parents go back to the gala. So the Coopers go back to the gala. And then they disguise Lola as a gala member to get money out of her coat because the parents had grabbed their coat. So they're like, oh my God, we tried to get it from Coat Check, but it was taken. So they don't know what Lola looks like. So they went in there to go get they dressed her up, which is why Katie had her moment. They like put her tiara on there. She's wearing the earrings that her mom gave her, and the funny Cooper interaction where it's like, you told me these were one of a kind, and now this 19-year-old is wearing these earrings. It's because they're hers.
It's so cute.
And then there are hijinks at the planetarium with the ferret. I forgot how it got there, but the pawn goons are there, and then the kids.
The pawn goons brought it.
What are we doing?
And he was like, I'm not leaving this $200,000 ferret in the car.
So then the ferret gets out, and we're like, what's happening? And so then
the whole premise of this ferret is it's supposed to be a rare, like,
blue ferret
species of ferret. A blue or sapphire ferret is what they called it. And it's literally a white ferret that has been spray painted like a skunk, except instead of being black with a white stripe, it's white with a purple, like, stripe down its back. Like, literally spray paint.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's bad.
It's so funny.
So then they get, the money, and they figured it out. The girls exit the planetarium. They have a heart-to-heart, and she's like, oh, yeah, that guy who asked you to the concert. And Jenny's like, what guy who asked me to the concert? And she's like, oh, shit. So now they're mad at each other, but she's like, okay, let's just go to the concert. You can find him. You can fix this. So they go to the concert, and she's like, I have no money for you, but I just need to get in there. Can you let us in? And he's like, I'll take your camera. And so she gives up her camera. They go to find Zach. The concert's over.
Lola gives up her camera. For Jenny. Yes.
And then the concert's over. So she goes onto the stage, which they would never let you do. Zach finds her. They like make up. And then all the parents are mad because they're like, wait, you're not home? And they're like, no, yeah, we're at home and everything's fine. So they do this whole montage of Ferris Buellering home and like fixing everything and like getting home with enough time. And the parents suspect nothing and everything's fine. But then Lola leaves and the cute officer pulls her over because she didn't have her license because she left it at the station, and he asks her out. And then Jenny and Zach have a moment where they ask each other out. And then we don't end the movie there. We have one more scene, which is on Monday. They go back to Leon in the very beginning where they're like, hey, our portfolios, because we were against each other for this thing. And Jenny walks up to Lola and is like, I withdrew. This is yours. You deserve it. I was just doing this to have another thing on my resume, but I can tell that you're passionate about this. She decided to take the summer off instead of doing too much. And that's the movie. I
don't know if you watched through the end of the credits.
I did not.
Did you?
No, I was sleeping.
So the credits are played. So basically, like, before she gives her camera away, Lola takes the SIM card or the memory card out of it. And then at the end, Jenny says something like, send me the photos. And Lola goes, I'll send them to all of you guys. And so, like, I don't know whose email or how she got everyone's email, whatever. Anyway, so she sends these photos to, like, Jenny and all the kids, right? And they're all looking at their special moments and, like, laughing and whatever. And then the very last shot is Mrs. Anderson seeing the dog covered in tomato sauce or something. And her face is just like,
oh, no.
It's so funny. So it was like, I liked that. I don't think this ever ended up getting any kind of sequel. Mm-hmm. So it was literally just played for a laugh for anyone who watched to the end of the credits, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking that I think I would have liked that as an actual scene in the movie, where like she still has to go up and do her portfolio, and she like printed out all these pictures, and we kind of go through a la like 13 going on 30 when she like does the presentation. I think I would have liked that moment better. And then like Sabrina Carpenter's there like clapping behind like a glass mirror, and then it ends. I think I would have liked that instead of it being like a stick around. But I'm like, you made it small already. I'm not clicking on it to make it big and then keep watching. Sorry, Disney Plus.
Ever since that post-credit scene, I've been watching to the end.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you so much for your synopsis.
No problem.
Al.
Thank you for thanking me.
Shall we do some bingo?
Oh, we sure should. Why don't you start today, Val?
Okay. One hit. Wait, first of all, welcome to bingo.
Oh, welcome to bingo.
We're here.
We
We're
made
at
it.
bingo.
This
Yep.
is
All right.
real. This is me. What's that DCOM,
I thought
Val?
you were going to do Lemonade Bath.
Wow, incorrect. Camp Rock.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I thought you were going to do This is the Story of Bingo.
I should have. You can.
This is the story of Bingo.
All right. Thanks for joining us for Bingo. Val, why don't you start?
Okay. One hit wonder song. No, because Sabrina Carpenter is anything but a one hit wonder.
Breaking the fourth wall or looking into the camera? Well, they look into the camera that takes pictures.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Sure. Holiday themed. No.
Clunky metaphor.
I think there's something in like the photography idea, like taking a picture and sort of freezing the moment. Cause like Jenny's whole issue is that she doesn't live in the moment. She's constantly like thinking ahead or like whatever. So I think that there's something in
Absolutely.
that.
I'll take it.
Parents who just don't get it. Not really. I mean, they're just trusting
not there.
The babysitter. Yeah.
There's nothing to not get.
Right.
Cool non-parent adult.
I mean, does
the hot boyfriend?
Well, yeah, I was also going to say, does Lola count? Because
she's an adult.
She's an adult and not a parent.
And
but
hot boyfriend.
Also hot cop.
Cool.
Someone too famous for a TV movie. Not at the time.
No. Competition to resolve central problem. Nope.
A montage sequence.
At the end, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cliche villains. Pawn goons.
Pawn goons in a warehouse. Clothes or items you owned.
They were wearing skinny jeans. I have skinny jeans, and I wore skinny jeans.
Yeah, for sure. I had roller skates.
Oh, did you have a skate or a blade?
I had both. I had blades when I was like that age, but I did have. Do you remember those skates that you could literally like strap onto your shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, they were like yellow and blue.
Yeah, and I don't know that they worked very well.
No, but I had them.
Nice. Rotten Tomatoes 40 to 60.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that this one got a fair amount of attention because of who's in it and that it's made after a 80s movie. So I'm gonna guess 64.
Val, congratulations. You got it within 5. It was 66.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, not far off at all.
No, we don't get the square, but still 66. Still a point for Val.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
Yes. Although it sounds like someone's getting grounded.
Yeah. Almost Kissing.
Not really, no.
No.
Someone who became famous.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. Maybe she wants to be on the pod.
Should we reach out?
Yeah.
We'll have our people talk to our people.
Betraying of one's real friends or values. I do feel like Jenny kind of goes against her values of like not asking for help and like I know it's kind of her thing to figure it out on her own, but she definitely feels like someone who like respects authority figures and doesn't want to do anything wrong. I feel like it gets to a point where she like definitely is like doing too much that she doesn't usually do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's betraying, but
no, but I do also I do think that Lola like just sort of lying and taking the job in the first place and also just treating the house and the whole scenario with like absolutely zero respect when she first gets there is also, I think, a betraying. Because like, you know that she's not actually a bad person. She's sort of like doing this like almost like performative like nonchalance, right? To like cover up insecurities. So I think that that would count too.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Narrator. No, and I thought there was gonna be one.
Me too.
At the very beginning, there's sort of like a head fake of a narrator, but it's not actually.
I was fully expecting it, and I was so glad there wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, bad special effects or stunts.
Not that I noticed.
Not like obviously, no.
No, like even with like the roller skating stuff and like the car stuff, like I didn't notice anything that was like really bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Disney Channel star.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. Both of them.
Yeah. Oh, musical number.
Oh, okay. I count rap.
Yeah, for sure. And they like rap sing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Magic. Nope.
Someone says the title of the movie.
No.
Nope.
Scooby Dude.
If I ever have seen a Scooby Dude, it's this movie.
This is the dude-est of Scoobies.
Yes. It doesn't get any Scoobier. The heroes create the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very much so,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
Lead is a fish out of water. I think yes.
Yeah, Lola.
In both cases.
Yeah.
Because I think Lola doesn't know what she's doing with the babysitting, and Jenny doesn't know how to deal with like being in the city and like all the chaos and whatever. So
nice.
Yeah, both of them.
Well, Val, we checked off a bunch of boxes, but we didn't get a bingo today.
Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Yeah, we needed actually the only one that we could have gotten if we had one more is we had two. We could have gotten an almost kissing or a parents who just don't get it. Those are our only almosts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
All right. Well,
All
thanks,
right.
Val. I also forgot to mention, because we usually say any other thoughts about the movie. I forgot one of my notes was Sabrina Carpenter, I don't know if you realized, was wearing these very tall boot heels the whole time.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
And I think
She's
it's
very
because
small.
she's so small and they needed to delineate her from the children. But she's literally like 4'11" or 5 foot exactly.
Yeah,
she's
she's
5 foot
tiny.
because of the song. So she's so small that like they really needed to give her height, and she still was super short.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I also wrote at one point, since we're bringing up stuff that we forgot to mention earlier, I wrote that I really liked that the mom was the one that was like the smart, accomplished person being celebrated at the gala. Like, it didn't matter really, to the plot or anything. And so I liked that just for the sake of doing it, they made it the mom.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Val, after 90 episodes, I've said it before, I'll say it again, this shit gets hard. So today we're going to play an online DCOM quiz that someone else created.
Okay. Is it regarding this movie?
Nope. It's just DCOMs.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's what we talk about. So I thought it was relevant. Okay. There are 10 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Blade, brah, is a quote from which Disney Channel original movie? Johnny Tsunami, Alley Cat Strike, Brink, Motocrossed. Let's Blade, brah.
I think it's... Wait, say the options one more time.
Johnny Tsunami, Alley Cat Strike, Brink, Motocrossed.
I think it's Johnny Tsunami.
And you'd be incorrect. It is Brink.
Really? Because I thought that they didn't say rollerblade. Because, like, that's not the correct term. Interesting.
Well, maybe this is lying. Number 2.
It's probably not.
In which of these movies does Allison Stoner play a DJ? High School Musical, Camp Rock, Starstruck, Radio Rebel.
She's really good.
She's really good. In which movie, Val?
Camp Rock.
Yeah. Which of these Disney Channel original movies stars Hilary Duff? Go figure.
Cadet Kelly.
You Wish, True Confessions, Cadet Kelly. These are so easy. Which of these movies features a teenage boy slowly transforming into a merman?
The 13th year.
Yeah. Troy Bolton and Chad Danforth are characters in which movie?
A High School Musical.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Si se puede is a chant from which DCOM?
Gotta kick it up.
Which of these movies largely took place on a space station? I don't even need to read them. Yeah.
I didn't for a second, I didn't think about it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
These next two are a little tougher, so this is good. In which movie is one of the main characters in a band called the Zeta Bites? Bad Hair Day, Get a Clue, Pixel Perfect, Xenon Z3.
Pixel Perfect.
Yeah, that was good. Which one of these DCOMs came out in 2003? Cheetah Girls, Go Figure, The Scream Team, The Luck of the Irish.
Oh, that is so hard. Scream Team?
It is Cheetah Girls. Dang. And which one of these DCOMs is based on actual events? Ready to Run, The Color of Friendship, A Ring of Endless Light, The Other Me.
Color of Friendship.
Yeah. Could you imagine if A Ring of Endless Light was... Well, Val, thanks for playing someone else's quiz that they made.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This was so fun. Even though I didn't love the movie, I always love seeing you.
Yeah, right back at you.
You mean it?
Any excuse to hang out with you is a good one.
Wow, that's so nice. What are we watching next time?
We are watching The Swap, which I know exactly 0 about.
I only know 2 about because I almost started watching it today because I had time. Where I was like, oh, maybe I watched it. And then I didn't.
Okay.
So I did look up the picture and I was like, oh, okay, this is what's happening in The Swap.
I feel like there's a lot of movies that basically could be called The Swap that we've watched recently.
Yeah. A lot of swap.
So I'm interested to see what this one's swap is.
Yeah. All right, Val. Well, thank you for 90 episodes of this Foon time.
90 episodes, gal.
Yes. Al and Val just being gals. Yay. All right. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Okay. Bye. Oh, wait. I said it wrong. It's because I remembered that one time we did that. We were just bye. Okay. Bye, Val.
Bye, Al. This podcast was produced by me.
And me.
And it was edited by me.
The music was composed by Michael McNally.
You can find us online at thetridentnetwork.com/dcommentaries-pod.
And you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at dcommentaries.
Dcommentaries is a part of the Trident Network. To learn more about our videos, live shows, and other podcasts, please visit thetridentnetwork.com.
Disney Channel original movies.
Damn it, Allie.